Okay, this video is going to be WrestleMania rundown, match by match. This is going to be the first of, I would assume, 9 matches that will be announced for WrestleMania 29 from New Jersey. This match is going to be Alberto Del Rio versus Mr. Jack Swagger. Now, this match, believe it or not, I think has the most build to it because it really started at the Elimination Chamber, which was in February, where John Cena and The Rock was officially confirmed in just a couple weeks after that. But was it the next night or something like that? But all I know is this match has been confirmed for a while, and now with Jack Swagger's new little gimmick, you really have to wonder that will it play an effect to the point where they'll give him the belt. And to be quite honest, I only think that they're putting Jack Swagger in this situation is to solidify Alberto Del Rio as a legitimate good guy, as a guy that people can relate with. And to be quite honest, I don't think it's going to work. And I think this past week was a perfect example. And even the week before, Del Rio's character is more of a, it has a very niche demographic. There's only a certain amount of people who can really relate and who can really get behind what Alberto Del Rio is doing. Those are obviously Mexicans. And to me, they are playing the turn in general. Alberto Del Rio turned within a week just to stick up for his friend, Ricardo. And there wasn't really anything for fans like myself who really don't have anything to do with Del Rio to really get behind him for. And, it's like me with the Great Khali. Whether you guys hate him, whether or not, I will always like him because I can relate to him because he's the same culture as me. Miguel, he's always going to like Del Rio. Maybe not because he's Mexican, but there's always like something about him. Miguel's always been a fan of him since day one, and that's how people are like. People, get behind those who they can relate with. And I can't get behind Del Rio for the fact that I don't have anything to relate with him for, and 2, they're not making me really believe in him. Del Rio's always been that kind of guy who has been, and I feel like it worked for him. Like, that's when I actually liked him a little bit, that he's a cocky, arrogant, rich guy who gets whatever he wants. He's the mix of Eddie Guerrero and JBL, mix them together and you get Alberto Del Rio. And I think that worked for him. But I think that they didn't have anything to do, with him. He was kind of mixed in feud to feud with Sheamus and Orton, and he kind of got squashed both times. And now they're bringing Swagger in here as being the big bad wolf, and Del Rio's kind of like that pig who's trying to, stick up for his people, save his house. And to be quite honest, I think people are going to turn on him real quick. And considering that a lot of places but Buffalo being a perfect example, there's not too many people who are not non-whites in Buffalo, and I was there for myself. I saw it. There was it's a majority white population, and where are you going to get the Del Rio pop? You're going to get a bunch of kids who are going to say, oh, he's a good guy, we should cheer him, but you're not going to get that hardcore pop that you would have gotten in, let's say, San Jose, California. And that's, I think, Del Rio's biggest downfall, is that only certain places are going to get that big pop where someone like, that's why I think Jack Swagger is going to end up getting the face pop at WrestleMania, because USA, you're in New York, where there just happened to be terrorist attacks over 10 years ago, and no one likes foreigners down there. So it's a little when you think about it, I do feel that Del Rio is going to be getting not booed out of the building, but it's definitely going to be a pro Jack Swagger crowd. And the match itself, I'm not very fond of at all. I feel like the superstar power between the two is enough to maybe headline, not even headline, semi-headline, a semi-main event, pay-per-view such as SummerSlam if you're lucky, if the build is good, but maybe in Extreme Rules, I think. A third, what do you call it? I guess top 4, and then you got like a B show. Yeah, sure, you got to call it the B show. I was going to say C, but I think that's pushing it a little bit. But something like an Extreme Rules would be a good place to put that. But I do not feel that the match itself is building enough anticipation, nor is it building enough superstar quality to be on WrestleMania. And I think Zeb Coulter is doing a great job. I think he's really the main aspect of the whole feud that's really going to bring it all together, because his promo work is fantastic, in my opinion. And I feel that I don't know. Swagger's just there. And to be quite honest, I'd love to see a Zeb Coulter versus Alberto Del Rio feud. But obviously, that's not, or sorry, a match, not a feud. But, that's obviously not going to happen. But other than that, that's my thoughts. I'm not too fond of this match being a world title match. And to be quite honest, what has the world title been at WrestleMania? To me, the last time people have really given two shits about that belt at WrestleMania is WrestleMania 26, was when Jericho faced Edge. 27, that's when it opened the show. Edge and Del Rio opened the show, and 28, you had Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds, and now you got Swagger and Del Rio. It's not the same belt it used to be. Remember WrestleMania, 19 you had Triple H and Booker T. You had 20 you had Benoit, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. 21 you had Batista, Triple H. 22 you had who was 22? I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. But no, it does matter. Who was 22? Oh yeah, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Kurt Angle. Those matches are huge. They had meaning towards it. Look at Batista and Undertaker. That was humongous. But now you compare that to what it is now, it's a pretty big turn. And I think it really affects the credibility of the belt, especially being put on first. But yeah, that's all. And I'll see you guys in the next video.